What is going on YouTube? Hannah back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys can see, the room is slowly starting to change. The background of my videos are finally starting to look a little bit different from the normal ones that we were making weeks and weeks and weeks in the past here. What's starting to happen is I'm starting to pack up my living room, which is where I actually record some of my videos, crazy as it sounds here. And everything's going in boxes, so the TV had to come off the walls, the posters had to come down. It's not really looking like my OG studio, which is, you know, it's unfortunate. I don't like taking things and moving because it is fairly stressful, but we are in the process of doing that. And hopefully by the end of this week, everything will be in boxes. We'll be on our way to Florida. And then come next week, we'll start to unpack and hopefully get the setup to look fairly similar to what it is right now. But it's going to be changing, and it's going to be changing quick. So it's something just to keep in mind. And even though I am moving, we are still doing our XRP crypto coin price ticker display giveaway. As you guys can see here, you can win one of these $130 ticker displays completely free just by commenting your favorite cryptocurrency down below, as well as commenting subscribed. Doing those two things will get you entered for the raffle drawing when we pick the winner on Sunday. So definitely make sure to support the channel by commenting your favorite crypto and subscribing below. With that being said, guys, in today's video, we do have to look at some of these technical indicators on most of these charts. Honestly, we're just continuing to correct lower. That's really all that has to be said here. XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, nothing is changing in a way that's different from what we've been seeing here. XRP is continuing to correct back down to its bottom support here, this uptrend. You have Ethereum sideways trading. You have Bitcoin pretty much correcting once again back down to its bottom support here. It's just continued patterns that we've been seeing for days now, weeks now, honestly. And then as for the S&P 500, we actually fell yesterday to a low that we haven't hit since March 8th here. And honestly, that time had happened back in February. February's lows are where we're currently trading now. You can see the rejection because our top resistance has slowly moved down. It's pretty much pushed the price lower and lower. So I did put in actually last night, I put in a buy for this level here just because it's good to dollar cost average and just pick up some positions at this low here at the February lows. But I do have expectations of seeing the prices do something along the lines of this, and then we will be buying in even more once we hit that bottom. It's really unfortunate. This is the first time I'm actually living through my accounts being extremely bearish. I've done it before within cryptocurrency, and I've seen my portfolio in a matter of 2-month period fall from, you know, its all-time highs. It gets halved. It falls to 50% to maybe even 70%, and your account is all red, and it doesn't feel good. So I am experiencing some of this within the S&P 500 currently, although the difference is the S&P is a lot slower, and it does have previous history showing, you know, price increases. Same thing, however, within cryptocurrency. The only difference is crypto does it in bigger intervals, longer intervals, as the S&P tends to go up in percentage, I think 10% to 12% every year. The crypto market might do it every 3 years, every 4 years, so on and so forth. So it's just something to consider when investing in alternate, you know, investment strategies. Currently, we're down though 13.2%. We'll see how low we do decide to go to. But with that being said, guys, today's video is brought to us by RAREMINT. RAREMINT is an asset-backed sports NFT. Basically, what that means is that the NFTs they have available on their marketplace are actually backed by physical tangible objects that you can receive when you purchase that specific NFT. So it's super cool, and it's a different way of actually owning certain physical assets and, you know, creating a different way to auction off products, which is super cool. And as you guys can see, RAREMINT is launching their NFT marketplace today in 2022 for private beta release, which is super cool. So definitely make sure to check them out. However, we will be going over them at the end of today's video, and they are linked in the description down below. With that all being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, first and foremost, I just wanted to read this article with you really quickly before we dive into the cryptocurrency markets. But you can see here that the S&P just hit a death cross, and why it's good news for the stock market. It's actually new to me, but I'd like to go over this. It's basically saying that these are really good buying opportunities, but the S&P has been performing so poorly this year that it is now trading at a scary low level, and this usually presents an attractive opportunity for long-term investors, which is me. So I like buying in at these extremely low levels because we haven't hit this in a very long time. time. Now, the market benchmark down more than 11% for the year, around 13%, just hit a death cross. When the indexes, the 50-day moving average falls below the 200-day moving average, you can see we had something similar here. Ours are the 35 and 100 days. So they're very similar though, but you can see we did have a death cross, a bearish cross here, which is pretty much confirming correction to the downside, which happens pretty steeply and quickly. And then we should reverse out of it pretty, just as quickly as we fell. And you can see what basically this is talking about is that all of these current sanctions and things that are coming within the economy are correcting the prices lower. You can see their long-term trend. Investors consider the current formidable risk to the economy. The Russia-Ukraine war has led to sanctions on Russia's commodity, which is causing it to drop. And what's happening is it's saying consumers could pull back on spending as a result, which is usually what happens when we have gas prices extremely high and we have mortgage rates extremely high and people are lending less money here. That's usually causes for a savings type of environment, especially when the Fed rates go up. However, what they pretty much talk about, that everyone talks about, is that it's probably a good time for longer term investors to buy stocks. Historically, the S&P tends to post impressive gains in the 12 months period following an initial close in a death cross. Based on the 53 times in the index has closed in death cross territory, the average gain over the span is 6.3% to the upside here. So we end up at a positive. And you can see, to be sure, the index can remain in a death cross for some time. The average period is 155 days, but the gains do materialize. The last time the index closed in a death cross was March 30th of 2020, which they're basing it off COVID, which is a totally different way to view this, when it felt like the sky was falling as the pandemic set in. From that point, the index gained more than 55% the following year. So it does host some really good buying opportunities, which is pretty much the point that I'm trying to make. It's not just for the S&P 500, it's obviously for cryptocurrencies too. But as you guys can see here, the S&P is continuing to tumble lower, and they're just good times to be buying in and dollar cost averaging, lowering that cost basis for when the markets do turn and we most likely end up closing the year on a positive. You'll be, very happy to be buying in and reluctant to buy in at these extremely low levels here. But as for these other cryptocurrencies, and the reason we've been talking more so about the S&P and stuff like that is because crypto is not really moving today, and it's unfortunate. But XRP has literally just been trading stagnant. We clearly got rejected off our top resistance here. We've mentioned this, we've discussed this. The only time we would be buying into XRP or cryptocurrencies is when we either A, break through this top resistance here, or B, break through this bottom support. We have done neither. So I don't like to trade inside these levels here. I need either a confirmation to close below here or confirmation that we close above here to either buy in. If we closed above here, expectations would see us swing up here. If we close below, expectations would see us swing down there. Otherwise, we're just going to kind of twiddle our thumbs until movements happen, because otherwise we're just going to trade sideways, which nobody really wants to invest in. I don't recommend investing in. It's just going to be sideways momentum. Same thing applies itself with these other cryptos. Ethereum is forming a lower high formation here, trading sideways. No time, no reason to buy in until we can confirm breaking through this resistance here or this bottom price floor. Either we close above here, buy in long, or we close below and we short the coin. Same thing applies itself with Bitcoin. Nothing is looking like prime opportunities to buy in yet. XRP had a small, more aggressive style short that you could have shorted the markets down to here that you could have done obviously on BitYard. But obviously for Bitcoin too, bouncing off bottom support, small recovery, but nothing's really happening. Markets are just kind of floating sideways here. So nothing's really moving in any positive general direction here. So let's wait for this to figure itself out. But once again, what we're looking for is this moving average here and this uptrend here. Trading inside of here is pretty risky. It's more of a moderate to aggressive trade. The conservative, great buying opportunities would be we close above this, big leverage to the upside, or we close below this, big leverage to the downside here. And we have those price targets mapped out. Those are the ones we have to wait for. But markets consolidate. This has happened year after year after year. We just have to be patient with it. But that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. Hopefully we get some more spicy stuff to come in the future, but otherwise it's just a waiting game. With that all being said, guys, I do want to talk more about RAREMINT with you. I want to give a huge shout out to RAREMINT for sponsoring today's episode. As with all NFT projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, RAREMINT creates NFTs that are digitally created from authentic real-world sports collectibles with access to actually over $350 million worth of sports memorabilia. They procure iconic sports assets and through a proprietary digitalization process, create a 3D photorealistic digital version that becomes the NFT. Now, every one-of-one ultra-rare NFT is is an asset-backed NFT, such that the owner of the NFT is also the owner of the real sports collectibles, held in custody for them in their secure wallet. Now, through an open and decentralized digital economy, RAREMINT brings to life their vision of verifiably connecting on-chain and off-chain assets. This solves the problem of limited liquidity and digital authenticity, which is facing a $1.2 trillion real-world collectible market. Now, this opens up a whole new ecosystem for physical assets with endless possibilities. Connecting the on-chain and off-chain worlds creates an environment within the collectible asset market that supports increased market liquidity, asset authentication, broad user adoption opportunities, physical asset protection, DeFi participation, plus unique and immersive content and experiences. Now, what you guys need to know is RAREMINT's marketplace is opening very soon to the public. They're entering private beta on March 15th, and the marketplace will be open to the public on March 17th this month. Now, remember, if you want to stay up to date, make sure to join their Discord community, where they can welcome you and share details of all upcoming NFT drops, as well as current giveaways and play-to-earn games for more rewards. Now, what's interesting is Rare Sports memorabilia is accessed through their network of collectors and their own private inventory, with price points ranging from $1,000 to $1 million USD per collectible. Now, they select pieces that represent strong market interest and deliver a unique story behind the assets themselves. And each physical asset is photographed hundreds of times in 12K resolution through their custom 3D process to capture a photorealistic display of the assets. In this process, never seen before details become viewable due to their specialized lighting technique, and once digital renderings are complete, they mint the ultra-rare one-of-one NFTs, which becomes available on their marketplace for public sale. Now, limited edition NFTs will also be available, which are commemorative of the ultra-rare one-of-one NFTs, but without ownership of the actual real-world collectible. Now, this enables a broader community to collect and own assets that would otherwise not be available, and their NFTs will be available on the Ethereum blockchain, Polygon, which can be sourced using Ethereum, credit cards, debit cards, or the Mint token. Now, once the physical assets are minted as NFTs, they're sent to their vault, a highly secure storage location where the assets are sealed and protected. And every 90 days, their vaults are publicly audited to demonstrate that your assets are safe. Now, as the ultra-rare NFT is bought and sold, the physical asset will remain vaulted, and the physical asset owner is always the person in possession of the ultra-rare NFT. But at any time, the ultra-rare asset owner can take possession of their physical assets through the redemption process. Now, the one-of-one NFT is then returned, and the asset is removed from their vault and shipped to its owner. And it's that simple. You bought it, you own it. Lastly, guys, after the marketplace launches in March, a token sale will occur, giving their community the opportunity to purchase the Mint token. So, guys, for more information about the RAREMINT and their NFT marketplace, definitely make sure to check out the links in the description of today's video. Otherwise, once again, huge shout out to RAREMINT for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.